Okay, this hairstyle is not like as bad as I thought it would, but I still kind of like Albert Einstein, y'all. I started taking out my hair because I could get it done today, but then I was like, wait, I gotta film the intro to this video, so I just did these little two things in the front, and it's not as bad. I thought I would look more like this, but it's somewhat doable for the intro of this video. So hello everybody, welcome back to Beside the Bookshelf, and we're once again doing another reading vlog. I've been trying to like do better reading vlogs for like a lot of the popular books that I read. Like, for example, I did a Powerless reading vlog, and then I also did a Light Lark reading vlog, and then I did like a cozy reading video where I read all To All the Boys That I Loved Before. So I've been trying to do like a lot of reading vlogs, like incorporating a lot of readings and everything with, you know, my kind of videos. I'm trying to do like a lot of editing, like a lot of reading vlogs, and this one I'm kind of like scared for. I really don't want to read this book at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the basics out real quick. I do not like fantasy books, okay? Especially if they're like adult romantasy. Let's start there. Adult romantasy, okay? It's just awkward to me, first of all. Second of all, with fantasy, it's just like the world building is always just like, oh my gosh, I just literally do not like the world building at all. Because I hate having to sit here and I'm just like, so the world building really does get to me. But as of recently, with the new year coming, I want to enter into a new genre. And for me, I don't like historical fiction. I don't like, biographies unless they're like memoirs, because I feel like memoirs have like something different than just like a normal autobiography. They have much more depth, and then autobiography is kind of just like this and that, at least from the people that I read them from. So I don't like autobiographies. I don't like historical fiction. I like fictional things, and I also don't like fantasy. So my solution was I choose either fantasy or historical fiction, or I either did fantasy, historical fiction, or autobiographies for 2025. And I'm just like, I'm not gonna do the autobiographies, I'm not gonna do the biographies, and I'm not gonna do historical fiction because history just does not intrigue me, okay? Especially biographies when they're told like not from the actual person that these events happened to. I'm kind of just like, okay, I don't care. That's why I like memoirs so much, because memoirs are quite literally a spoken kind of letter to the reader about what happened in their life. And then biographies are kind of like, sometimes these people even talk about themselves in the third point of view. I don't like that. When I read a memoir, it's like you hear it in the third person, you read it in the third person, and you know about this person. So it's better, basically, in my opinion. So I knew that wasn't the route I was going to go down. So I was like, I'm going to try fantasy. And as of recently, I've been reading Wings of Fire. I'm like this far into it. This is like a really old copy. So yes, it's like really jacked up, but it's okay because the pages are good. But I'm this far into it, and I haven't read anything like within the past 2 days because I'm also reading a classic. And when you read classics, they don't have chapters, and it's like not a lot of paragraph breaks. So that's kind of putting me in a reading slump because it makes me feel like I'm reading, the book's lore and everything. But we're reading A Christmas Carol for the Fable Book Club, so make sure you guys go join that because we have a lot of fun over there. And we're reading A Christmas Carol this month. So yeah, you might find something that we're going to read next month intriguing for the month of January. So I'm trying to do fantasy, okay? Wings of Fire is a good book, but this is a book about dragons, and more specifically, I mean, I don't think this one's any better because it's the same thing. Who is this? I think it's published. I think the publishing changed, if anything. Yeah, I don't know the original publisher, but Wings of Fire, okay? And I read Powerless, but Powerless is more romantasy, okay? And it's more romance than there is fantasy, if we're being really fair. Especially in Reckless, it's like there's not a lot of fantasy in the book, okay? Like, tell me one time that we had an actual like fantasy battle trial. And then like as for like powerful, it was kind of just like, yeah, we're not too focused on like the magic and the story. And like plus I thought Ardina was like an ordinary, and then I found out she was actually an elite. That just goes to show how much fantasy is not in the series, but it is a romantasy series, okay? And then I've also read Lightlark, which is also a fantasy, but Lightlark is, it's more fantasy than romance, I will say that. But I feel like we don't see the powers a lot unless it's like, oh yeah, we're just seeing what you can do, like the testing trials before everything goes down and everything, right? But even so, it's like sometimes just like that, just they base it off the skill, you know, like swimming in the freezing cold water and everything like that. So I'm just kind of like, yeah. And then I've read like, you know, retellings, and like retellings don't really usually interest me because it's like I already know the story, and it's like I don't really care what would happen if this happened or not. And sometimes if they're in a series, they kind of get repetitive, even though there's like different characters and different villains and everything. And then I also read Bride by Ellie Hazelwood, but that one is once again more of a romantasy than a fantasy, and it's rated paranormal romance anyway, so I don't even know if I count it as a romance. I count it as a fantasy book, but it's not. It's a paranormal book. Paranormal, even I don't really know how it's paranormal. It's really just werewolves and vampires, but okay. So yeah, I really just want to get into like more of the just fantasy genre, like not heavy on any romance or anything, and it's not rated romantasy, it's just rated, you know, fantasy. And there's like a side plot of romance because I like side plots of romance a lot as well. So you guys have been in my comments asking me to read this, and then I was like, I'm gonna do a Discord server. I was like, guys, I want to get into fantasy books. What should I read? And quite literally, every single person in that server was just like, Percy Jackson. So that's what today's vlog is. We're reading Percy Jackson in today's vlog. And I know this intro is like forever, it's long, and I'm just sitting here like explaining to you, like trying to lead up the anticipation, even though you guys already know because you guys clicked on it because of the title and you clicked on it because of the thumbnail. And I already know the way I'm going to do the thumbnail is going to have the Percy Jackson book on the thumbnail. Now I was actually really mad about this copy, which you guys can go watch my book haul right here, where when I you know got this. And if I don't know if you guys can see, but there's a crease in the middle, and I did not do that. Amazon actually delivered it that way, and because there's a crease in the middle, it left this dark mark on the inside. Once again, I did not do this. Amazon did it, and they sent it to me like this. They also sent it in, I kept it so I could show you guys in this specific video. They sent it in this plastic bag, and you're probably like, no they didn't. Literally on the back it says Percy Jackson. So focus. It says Percy, I don't know if this like barcode means anything. I'm trying to like not to show the barcode, but it says Percy Jackson and the Olympians, book 1, Lightning Thief, Disney Plus tie-in edition, Percy Jackson and the Olympians. So they sent it to me in plastic, and then not only that, when you go to the back, once again, that's how they delivered it to me. There is literally like creases, and the books is bent and everything. And so my original plan was, I'm just gonna read this one for the vlog, and I'm gonna return it, and I'm gonna ask them to replace it for me, because what is this? What is this copy? Okay, and as far as I can see, there's nothing wrong with the pages, but something that does really annoy me with this certain copy, which is why I didn't want the Disney Plus version. I want the original version where it's like he's in the sea, and like, you see this? He's in the sea fighting this, I don't know what it is, and he has, you know, the trident, and you get this from the Disney Plus cover, and it looks so basic, so boring. It's kind of just like, I really wish I had that the cover. But you get to the middle of the book, and it's just a whole bunch of photos from the TV show, like dab smack in the middle of a chapter. Like, look, see page 216, right? It ends off at like a normal sentence, it finishes, but it's not even the end of the chapter, because as you can see, we just get all these random photos, not even spread out evenly, they're just dab smack in the middle of a chapter, distracting me. It's so many photos in just like the dab smack middle of the book, and then the book just continues. The chapter didn't even end, it just continues. So I'm really not you know, happy with this cover. And it won't even sit correctly. It just sits like this. It's really poor quality. So yeah, and everybody was just like, did you order from Amazon? Yes, like, because you know, I know Amazon has like their third-party companies and everything. I get some things from third-party companies as well when I try like exotic snacks or whatever. So it's just really poor quality, so I'm actually really disappointed. But it is actually raining really hard today, so I was like, perfect day to read a book and get out of this book slump. So I'm going to be reading Percy Jackson in this reading vlog, and I hope you guys enjoy this because everybody's been like read Percy Jackson because I promise you it's like this and this and that. I don't like Greek mythology. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that out there. I'm not big in Greek mythology. Like, I feel like the only people in Greek mythology, the only person actually that I like in Greek mythology is Medusa, because she like interests me so much. Like, her story interests me so much, but she's literally quite literally the only person in Greek mythology that like I enjoy like hearing about. Is that a y'all? There's a fly in my room. Why is every time I film these videos there's like a fly in my room snooping through my stuff? It's literally just going up against every single last one of my books. Like, are you interested? Can you read? Don't take one, but you can borrow one, okay? So yeah, I'm not big in Greek mythology, and I heard this one has a lot of Greek mythology. And then also has like the trident. So I feel like the trident is like also a really big giveaway, because isn't the trident like, I forgot what his name is, but I just know like if we're digging into like Disney princess wise, he's literally like Ariel's father. But I know he serves like a bigger purpose in the Greek mythology world, and I don't know what that purpose is, y'all, because I don't read and I don't listen, I don't hear, I don't watch anything that has to do with any Greek mythology, because I'm not big on fantasy. I'm not big on like fantasy. I'm not big on Greek mythology. So I'm gonna be taking a lot of experiments today. We're gonna be doing fantasy. We're going to be doing world building, which is in a lot of fantasy books anyways. And then we're also going to be doing Greek mythology. 3 things that I do not like. And we're going to read them. They're all combined into one book. And I hope maybe this one doesn't have, you know, world building. Because, you know, Greek mythology already has its own world. And then if you know Greek mythology, I think you're supposed to read this one. If you know Greek mythology, I don't know Greek mythology also. It's going to be world building for me. But, you know, if you know Greek mythology, it might not be world building for you. So hopefully I enjoy this world building. We'll see. But it is raining. I'm going to go film a YouTube short that relates to this, and I'll see you guys when I start the book and I can tell you how I feel about it. But I'm probably going to take the rest of my hair out first. So I somehow lost my tripod right before filming this, but it's okay because I found it somehow, because I never take it off of my filming desk. But it's okay. So we're actually going to go ahead and start the book. This is actually the next day. I think this is, yeah, it's the next day. So we're actually gonna start this. I'm gonna do the first chapter right here, sitting on this chair, so we have some decent footage, because you guys know I am always reading in my bed, so I never have decent footage because I hate filming myself when I'm reading in my bed, because I think I look so corny. But I want to have some decent footage for you guys for while I'm sitting here reading. So I'm gonna read the first chapter and maybe the second chapter if I'm extremely intrigued by this book, and then we're going to obviously have our breaks in between chapters for me to give my opinions and what I think on the book so far. And then of course, like we always do, I'm going to have my end of the video, like what I overall thought of the book and like my opinions, my thoughts, you know, if I would recommend it, and then if I'm going to continue the series, which I most likely will, whether I like it or not, because I hate just like not committing to a series whether I liked it or not, because I'm like, what if it gets better? Like, also it's like, I don't want to not finish the series. Oh guys, because I don't want to not finish the series. So I feel like this is not angled enough. Okay, there we go. I don't want to not finish the series, so I think I am gonna read, I think it's like 7 books, which is actually a lot. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 6 books in the series, including this one. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it. Read the first chapter, see what I think, and yeah. Like actually blowing up your school bus and then releasing a whole bunch of sharks out of the shark tank, that's actually crazy. Okay, so I'm just gonna quickly say like a little comment here. I'm kind of like confused because like I'm like, who are all these people we're talking about? But it's like, it's Greek mythology. I have no clue about anything Greek mythology, so I'm just kind of like winging it. But it's like, do we ever use Greek mythology in our real lives unless like we write about it, or like we're like, you know, we have something to do that has to do with it? Like if we're talking about like a job application for like an office, when are we gonna say like, oh yeah, this guy ate his kids and all this other stuff? Like, we're not, to be honest. And to be fair, it like, even as a person that does not have dyslexia, it's kind of just like, oh my gosh, I know for a fact I would not be able to keep track of all these names or know how to spell all these names and like what they do and where they're from and why they're important and all sorts of stuff. I can barely do that with like school right now, like the simplest things. I can barely remember authors' names, but I remember all their characters' names, because you wanna know why? Because to me, I'm not gonna say they're unimportant, because there's details that are unimportant to me, but it's kind of just like I'm more invested in the story than, you know, the people and everything. So I cannot be better than the people who know every single thing about this author. I just know everything about the story, okay? So like I not even everything. I make my best guess. I do my best bets. It's like, what the heck? So honestly, like, anyways, we're just gonna go ahead and get back to reading. We're still on the first chapter, but I'm on page 8 and 9, actually, I'm on page 8. I'm going on to 9, and let me see how many pages on the first chapter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 more pages. No, 6 more pages. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm invested. Okay, what? Okay, so like, first of all, let's not talk about how Miss Mams was teleporting. Miss Mams was teleporting. Also, all this in the first chapter? Like, not even the second chapter, no. We have to get it straight up in the first chapter. All this in the first chapter. What the heck am I reading? This is really good. This is amazing. Let's start there. Second of all, Miss Man turned into a dragon before our eyes. I think that's what she became, y'all. I promise I'm not really good with like transformations or whatever. Miss Man became a dragon before our eyes. Mr. Dodge was out there. Bow, 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 bow. Wait. No. Mr. Burn was out there. Bow, 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 bow. Get him. Get him. What all? I was like, oh, what's going on? There's a lot going on. And then all of a sudden he goes back outside. And then it's, I heard Miss Kerr whipped your butt. Miss Kerr? Who's Miss Kerr? Where's Miss Dodds? Oh, there's never been a Miss Dodds at Yance Academy. So we're just making people disappear now. Also, he said it. Didn't he say it? He was like, Miss Dodds isn't human. He called it. Miss Dodds was not human, y'all. Also, if y'all be in my comments talking about some, why the spoilers? I told y'all at the beginning of the video, this is gonna have spoilers. I even put it in the title. I always put it in all my titles that have, you know, reading vlogs, I always put spoilers because I always do spoilers. So if you're complaining about spoilers, it is not my fault. Not my fault. But this book, so good. We are now on chapter 2. I don't think I'm gonna sit here and read it yet. I'm gonna go ahead and hop in bed because I do want to listen to a podcast and all the good stuff, and I want to, lay down and everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to switch to reading in my bed. So I'll see you there. We are now in my bed. As you guys can see, the bookshelf is behind me. I have the tripod because, yeah. And I was like immediately greeted. Oh yeah, my record player over there. I was immediately greeted by this. It's so slow paced, y'all. Will I be able to finish it before the end of the month for the book club? It's literally only 137 pages or something like that. And I literally cannot get through it at all. But I'm going to be reading chapter 2 in bed. I don't think I'm gonna record it all because I have nowhere to set up my tripod. And yeah, so you guys are just gonna get some cute little reading clips and everything, like I always give you guys. Okay, so I'm not going to bed, but I got to chapter 4, which is page 44, and I'm going to wake up earlier tomorrow, and I'm going to start chapter 4. I'm really invested. The mom knows something. She must know everything because she was not shocked. She actually was just like, get in the car now. It's really weird, but I'm really intrigued. So we're going to check back in tomorrow. Okay, good morning, guys. It's actually 10 in the morning, almost 11. It's 10:46 in the morning, and I actually did wake up early this morning so I could read Percy Jackson, but I ended up going back to sleep because my bed was extremely comfortable. So yeah, I'm actually in the bed right now. I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but I was gonna pick up Percy Jackson, start filming for you guys, but then hold on, my tripod is not being cooperative. That's what happened next. Okay, and then I realized that I quite literally set a goal to finish the Christmas Carol today. It is Friday the 13th, and I don't want no horror movies today, y'all, just so y'all can see. I might watch a horror movie, not gonna lie. That's besides the point. But I said I want to finish A Christmas Carol today, even though I don't have to finish it for another 2 weeks. It's a classic and it drags on, so I don't want to be reading it for the entire month. I want to finish it early. So I do want to try and finish it today. There's only 112 pages and I'm only on the first chapter, so I think I can finish it today if I put some determination into it. So I don't know if I'm going to be reading Percy Jackson today, but I doubt that I won't. But if I do, we'll probably only get a few chapters, because I'm going to be reading my Bible today and then A Christmas Carol, and then I can do Percy Jackson and everything. But I'm not gonna vlog A Christmas Carol because it's such a classic story. We all know the infamous story and everything, and I think the story isn't going to be a 3 stars. I think the only reason I'm going to take off stars is quite literally from the fact that it's everything is bunched together and it's getting on my nerves and it's making me not want to read it. But that's it. So I do think we're actually going to get to Percy Jackson today, but I guess we're just going to have to see what happens, and I'll film for you guys when I get to it. But if I remember correctly, it's right here on the shelf. Oh my gosh. Like I said, tripod doesn't want to be cooperative. Yeah, it's right there. And I'm actually I left off on chapter 4, where it's Mother Teaches Me Bullfighting. Wait, I think it says My Mother, but the bookmark is covering it. Yeah, it says My Mother Teaches Me Bullfighting. And I'm actually super duper invested in the story, y'all. I do want to continue it, but I also want to stay accountable to my goal. And I want to finish A Christmas Carol today because, yeah, I want to finish this month's book, because I remember in July, I never read It Happened One Summer, which was our book club book of the month pick. And I don't want to do that again. I think I want that to be a one-time thing, but it's just July was a really busy month for me, so I never got to get around to that book. And actually July was one of my worst reading months because once again I was really busy. So I do want to finish A Christmas Carol before going back to Percy Jackson. Yeah. So I guess I will see you guys when it's time to read again, or when I want to talk about the book. Another day, another sleigh. Period. Y'all, it's like 4 days later. It is 4 days later, and I have not picked up this book since. Y'all, I promise this book interests me so much. I've just really been trying to finish A Christmas Carol, and it's honestly just a big struggle because the paragraph. Hold on, I'm gonna show you guys what I am dealing with, if I can even get the spine, because the spine is also extremely stiff. Do y'all see this? So, yeah, we're back with, we're back with Percy and Jack. Let me stop. We're back with Percy Jackson, and we're gonna get back to reading it because I actually really need to get back to it because this vlog takes up my storage and I want to know what happens next, and I keep getting Percy Jackson videos all over my For You page and I don't understand any of them, so I need to finish this series because I want to be inside the jokes. I want to be included only inside jokes, okay? I want to get the jokes that people are making on my For You page, because if I don't, then it's not fair. But it's okay. We're going to read Percy Jackson, The Lightning Thief, and we're going to get back to it. We're going to be reading chapter 4, and if I have time, then chapter 5, but I doubt I will have time to read chapter 5. If I do, I'll let you guys know. So just go ahead and get right into it, because I want to finish this book. It's so good. From the first 3 chapters that I've actually read so far. Also, it's actually like a few days later, and I swear, y'all, this book is good. It's amazing. I'm loving it so much, but I think my problem is I have a problem with sitting down, okay? Listen. So first of all, let's start with the fact that I wanted to read Alison Specka's novella that's called Final Notice, and then after that, I received the ARC copy to her book, The Trip Switch. So I found myself reading that all the way up till I was like 50% into the book, and I did not pick up Percy Jackson because I was like so invested in this romance, because you guys know romance is one of my favorite genres ever. So yeah, so then today I was kind of like, okay, we're gonna pick this book back up because I actually do want to finish this vlog, and I also want to finish this book because, for one, I'm enjoying the book so much. It's so interesting, it's so good, but also for the fact that I want to give you guys this vlog, this content, because you guys like to see my reading vlogs. Like, all my reading vlogs are like probably like my most viewed ones, so it shows me that those are the ones that you guys like to see. So obviously I'm pulling up with the reading vlogs for you guys, but I'm not doing it fast enough. So the goal is to finish this book by Friday, which technically today is Wednesday, and I posted the end of the year book tag, which I need to film something else today, but technically that means that I have 2 days to finish this book, and I'm only 75 pages in. 75, right? I'm 80 pages in, sorry. So we're making our way downtown with this book, okay, guys? I'm hoping that I'm hoping that I enjoy this. I was saying this earlier. I was like, this book, even though I'm like only 80 pages in, it is so investing and I love it so much. And the thing is if there's a special edition to any of the Percy Jackson books, I haven't even read the rest of the series yet. I need all of the special editions in this series to go to my special edition collection, because this is like the most amazing, you know, not romance focused book that I've read in a while. Okay, like, listen, of course we have our fair share of thrillers. We have like 5 Survive and literally everything by Holly Jackson besides, you know, the reappearance of Rachel Price and Killjoy, and then we have Murder Trending. Those are like thriller books that are like my on top, and those are not romance, you know, revolving, but they have like romance side plots. But this one, so far, I heard it's like a love triangle or something, it's not revolving around the romance, okay? It's more fantasy. At the same time, it is a 6th grader, so I'm not expecting there to be a whole bunch of romance, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but you know, it's a good romance revolving book that I've read in a good minute that I've like actually enjoyed. And not to even mention the fact that I'm not big on romance. Like, romance is one of my like, go ahead and hit the road, Jack kind of genres because I don't really like romance like that. So for this book to be this good with like no good reason ever is actually crazy. Okay, another thing I want to talk about real quick with you guys is I read the chapter where like his mother died and whatnot, and I didn't almost cry. More like I was like extremely sad, and I had to put the book down for a good minute because disintegrating. I want you guys to like think about it. Okay, so that means she was the same thing as Percy, which we don't know what Percy is yet, I think, unless I missed something. And she, you know, flew into like this gold dust, but the monster flew into like this gray sand little dust that we had going on, which obviously means something. So yeah. Also, can we just talk about the fact that like Percy's mom is literally like a little woman with powers, right? And she's with that man. She was with that man. I have a feeling that he's gonna make a reappearance. He's gonna make a reappearance, y'all. He's gonna make a reappearance in this book, most definitely, because like y'all cannot tell me that we just met him for him to be like in 1 or 2 chapters. No, like 1 chapter actually, and have him mentioned like other chapters, and he's not gonna come back. That's not happening. We're definitely gonna see him again, one way or another. Whether it is in this book or not in this book, we're definitely gonna see him again. But just to update you guys, I just want to let you guys know, even though like you're gonna see this all at the same time, it's like not broken up into parts or whatever. I have not given up on this book yet, or hopefully it's not gonna be something that I can say yet for. But I'm on page 80 on chapter, what is it, 6? So yeah, I think after I get to chapter 7, I'm going to take a break and I'm going to film the video that's supposed to come out on Friday. And then I'm going to continue reading this book and I'm going to edit it today if I have time. And then hopefully I can also finish my arc in that time period because I really do want to finish reading that soon. But yeah, I guess we're just going to see. So, see you guys when I see you guys. Medusa, you are a woman of smarts, okay? So it's actually Saturday and I'm still not done with this book. And last time you guys saw me, I quite literally was talking about I'm gonna finish this book by Friday because that is my goal. Well, guess what, girl? You ain't finished it. You ain't meet your goal. Guys, I believe I'm like only halfway through this book. And this book is amazing, but I've honestly been so busy lately, and I picked up this book again today, and this is how much I've gotten through it so far. But I'm not done reading for the night. I just want to pick up the camera real quick because before I forgot, you know, everything that I want to say. Also, I have something stuck in my eye. My eye hurts, so you guys are gonna see me put this rag on my eye like a few times because I got something in my eye and it refuses to come out, and I don't know what to do except for put a wet rag over it. So yeah, and it has all these like dark splotches now because I had on mascara. Because I also just got home not too long ago, which is why I'm all dressed up with the earrings and the hoodie and everything. So, yeah, but my eyelashes were extremely long because I had on mascara before. But, you know, got something in my eye and it refused to come out. So, guess what? The mascara had to come off. Love that press, though. But, basically, last time you guys saw me, I don't know, I just know I was speaking to you guys about my goal, and I said that I was thinking that Smelly Dave is going to make a reappearance some point in this book, and now we know why. So basically, I also said that the mother was magical, but according to the book, she's not. But Percy thinks he can bring her back, so I'm kind of just like, maybe she does have magical powers, and they're trying to persuade us into thinking that she does not. But you know, that's just my theory. Honestly, I went to Barnes & Noble today and I kept like, I don't know how I didn't realize this because I keep forgetting this is like a middle-aged children's book. And I was in the young adult section looking for the Percy Jackson series the entire time I was there because I was like, I want to get the second book while I'm here and everything. And I ended up getting like Caraval and, you know, Nightbane. And I didn't get Percy Jackson number 2. And then I was like, as soon as I was like on my drive home, I was like, Percy Jackson is obviously going to be in the kids section right beside Tristan Strong because those are both like Disney published books, and they're both supposed to be middle-aged for children. So I was kind of just like, wow, how stupid can you be? But this book overall is amazing, guys. Why do my eyebrows look like that? Oh my gosh. But this book overall is amazing. It's not because I don't want to read it. I most definitely do, because when I pick this up, I am like enthralled by it. I cannot put it down unless I'm getting the camera out to film me talking about this book. I think my thing is I'm working on a special project of my own, and I have been more focused on that lately than I am reading. So my reading pace has like also slowed down, and that's why like whenever I apply for like ARCs, I'm like, please send me an audiobook if I can get one, because I cannot sit down and read. I just don't have the time. But I really want to finish this book before the end of 2024, because I want to go into 2025 loving a new genre. And in this case, this new genre is supposed to be fantasy. And as far as I know, I am enjoying this book so much. Now, am I upset because it is, I looked it up because someone asked me if there was a love triangle. I said, I don't know, but I think it's a children's book, so it shouldn't. I looked it up and apparently there is a love triangle. So that's amazing. We love that for me, because I hate love triangles. But we're going to work through it because I think it's just a side plot, okay? Emphasis on side plot, okay? It's nothing major, nothing main. But honestly, I think I'm like really determined. I think I'm gonna pull an all-nighter and I'm going to finish this book tonight. I'm going to finish this book tonight because I actually do need to return this back to Amazon. You might be like, Maddie, you're gonna return it like this, all jacked up and everything with like the scuffs. This is how they sent it to me. Guys, go watch my go watch my Amazon unboxing video. You will see that this is how they sent me the book. Dark marks on the inside, scruffs, bents, dents, and all. I have not made a dent in this book, okay? The only thing that marks me being here was literally the bookmark. This is how they sent it to me. And like, I literally was like, Amazon, I want you to replace this. And if you doubt for a second that this is how it received, this is how I have video proof on my channel that this is how it arrived. Nothing edited. It literally arrived in this big piece of plastic. And it was dents everywhere. And it was destroyed. It was awful. But I was like, it's Christmas season. Everybody's ordering from Amazon. And last year, when you tried to order anything, it didn't matter what it was. Whether it was a vinyl, CD, a book, it doesn't matter. Whatever you order from Amazon, it was not coming until a month or two later. And I want to, like I said, I want to finish this book this year. And I'm not waiting 2 months to get my copy of Percy Jackson. So I'm going to finish this book and I'm going to return it to Amazon the same way they sent it to me. Because I could resell this and just buy a new copy. But who's going to want to buy this copy? This is not what I signed up for. I didn't even want this cover, because have you guys seen the original cover to Percy Jackson? If you think that this is top notch, you have not seen the original cover, and I need the original cover. But yeah, this book is actually so good that I even went as far as to start the series. I only read the first 2 episodes because at the time when I started the series, which was yesterday, that was literally how far I've gotten. But I could go to episode 3, I believe, because I have gotten this far. And I'm actually so close to like the little pictures and everything. So yeah, I do think I can finish this book tonight if I'm really dedicated to it, which I am. And we're going to finish this book tonight because I'm 1 day past my goal and I'm not going to make it 2 days, okay? Because I'm not disappointing you guys, okay? Long story short, you guys are not getting disappointed by me. You might be like, Maddie, you're disappointing us by not having that lip gloss on like you usually do. Y'all, I just got home. Cut me some slack. I am tired, but I want to read this book so badly. So we're going to read this book. And also, I was prepping to film a video, but I think I'm just gonna film a podcast episode tonight because I don't have enough time to edit if I'm planning on doing this. And I also have to film something tomorrow, so I think I'm not gonna have enough storage if I try to do all these things and then edit and make thumbnails and all that and whatnot. So I think I'm just gonna finish this book, wrap up this vlog, edit this vlog, post it, get the thumbnail out, delete all the footage from that after it's like securely updated and everything. And then I'm going to just upload a podcast episode instead if this comes out after that. Because I also want to wrap up the season 3 of the Chaotic Book Lovers podcast before the end of the month. Because it's supposed to be like 10 episodes each season, but I think season 3 might be our shortest episode because I don't have too much to talk about this season, honestly. So yeah, I'm just gonna go back ahead. We're gonna go ahead and get right back into the book. We're just going to power through it, y'all. not power through it, because I'm saying power through it as if it's like the worst thing to do in the world. This book is amazing. It's a masterpiece. We're going to power through it because I've never pulled, that's a lie, I pulled an all-nighter to finish If He Had Been With Me. We have never had this much left, and this is the reason I decided to pull all-nighter, because If He Had Been With Me, which I have right here, I specifically pulled an all-nighter because I had 2 more chapters left. But technically it wasn't even an all-nighter. I literally just was up until like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I went to bed right after I finished the book because I was tired, and I was tired from crying. I was emotionally tired, mentally tired, and just physically tired overall after reading that book. So I'm hoping, the time right now is like 11:39. I'm going to get me a cup of water. I'm going to put on my PJs. I'm going to hop in that bed, going to put on some book videos or Gilmore Girls or something to watch or listen to, and I'm going to finish Percy Jackson. I'm going to finish it tonight because I also want to finish season 1 of Percy Jackson, and I cannot do that unless I finish this book. And I also cannot get my replacement for the actual good copy unless I finish this book, because I'm not keeping this monstrosity of a copy that Amazon thought they could get away with sending me, and it said it was shipped from Amazon. So Amazon, step up your game. And it's not like Barnes & Noble's any better. I walked into the Barnes & Noble today, and they had Spells for Lost Things in Love and all that stuff by Jenna Welch. The cover was literally bent and it had creases. Barnes & Noble's not any better, and it was like $20. So guess what? We're living in a we're living in an economy where they think it's okay to give us broken books. But no, I'm returning this book. No, I'm returning this immediately. Goodbye. But I'll see you guys after I get to a decent chapter. I'm not even like fully on a chapter yet. Like, I'm on chapter, okay, let's just give a quick update. I'm on page 194. I think it's like 300 something pages, so I think I made a pretty good dent. Chapter 12. Okay, so we're going pretty good, going really fast. It's really fast paced. The chapters, I will say, are like a little long for a children's book because, you know, children have short attention spans, and I have a short attention span. So I do find myself like putting this book down mid-chapter because I literally lose interest, and not because it's boring, but because like, oh my gosh, it just seems like a lot of work to read like 10 chapters, like what, 10 pages each chapter, because it's just like a lot of commitment and it's a lot of words on one page. But it's also like, that's what we're here for, right? The pages, the words on the page. And like, I don't, yeah, this camera thought it was gonna fall while I was in mid-conversation. Not again. It's so close. It falls every single video. I'm surprised my phone is not really broken, but I'm not gonna jinx myself. So yeah, but yeah, I guess I have nothing to say. So I guess I will see you whenever I see you. Apparently I love lying to the internet and also myself because it is the next day and I have not touched that book since last night. I did not do the all-nighter. Actually, I filmed the podcast episode, and then I went to bed. And like, I didn't even immediately go to bed. I just laid in bed until like 2 in the morning. So that was like, I laid in bed for 3 hours straight, and I didn't even touch the book. I was like, maybe I should pick it up. Maybe I should, you know, pick up Percy Jackson and finish it. This book has gone untouched since we last spoke. And also, apparently Amazon is sending in my new copy to Percy Jackson tomorrow. So I was also wrong about that, but I can't return it today because I just don't feel like leaving the house. So you guys know what this means. We are going to try and finish it today, but not right now because I have a lot of plans. But I want to finish it before later on because I'm going to be filming a video later on that's going to require a lot of storage. And I'm going to need to finish editing this vlog and export it and then get ready to post it because, girl. So yeah, that is basically the update. I just want to let you guys know that I did not finish it last night, and we are going to be reading this for as long as possible. I did read my arc today instead of reading Percy Jackson, but in my defense, that's an audiobook, and I can do more things. I don't have any Spotify credits, so I can't listen to Percy Jackson, and I don't use Audible, so I still can't listen to Percy Jackson. It just makes me so mad, like, looking at this It makes me so mad how they thought sending this to me like this was acceptable, and I bought it like new. I did not buy it from anyone else. I literally bought it new, cover and everything, and they literally sent it to me like all trashed up. Like, I don't know who y'all thought y'all was fooling, because I'm sending this back, honey. So yeah, but I'm gonna probably like read a few chapters. I'm gonna read a chapter right now while I finish uploading this video, and then take a quick break, and then yeah. So I guess I'll see you guys. Jackson just can never catch a break now, can he? I mean, first off, we got Medusa showing up, and then we got this anteater named woman that I don't even know what her name is, because guys, I'm horrible when it comes to names. So it's kind of just like, guys, can this guy ever just catch a break? It's always fighting and arguing and fighting and arguing. Percy deserves a raise of some kind. Please reward him with one. Greatly appreciated. Percy Jackson and the Olympians, the Lightning Thief. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys like a quick little overview of my thoughts on this book. So I predicted the ending. I already knew Luke was gonna be the person that betrayed us, because I was like, it's not gonna be Grover. Okay, that's the most obvious thing ever. It's not gonna be Annabeth, because she has too much money on the line, right? So who else besides Luke? He trusts Luke. And then it's like, you see that scene where he comes back and he has the sword that can hurt both mortals and immortals. And I was just like, yeah, it's Luke for sure. So I definitely saw that plot was coming. Like, I knew it for sure. So, and I also knew it when we did like the call and everything. I was like, Luke's a little suspicious and all that stuff. So I definitely knew it was like from the start. It's like one of those books where it's like, I wanted it to end so badly because I want to watch the show, and I also want to get to the plot twist, because kind of like, I just want to see if I'm correct or not. And I was correct. First of all, let's start there, and second of all, this means I get to finish the show now, because if you guys remember, I actually started the show but I didn't finish it because I wasn't fully complete with the book. But now that I've like officially finished the book, I can first of all stamp it. I got the special edition from Amazon because, oh my gosh, and I got it for $14 too, which is like a big deal, because usually it's like, according to Amazon, yeah. So overall, this book was like extremely cool. One second, give me 1 second, please. Extremely entertaining. I did not think it would be as entertaining as it was, because for the record, I just do not like fantasies, and this one was just like all fantasy, not even for like a major side plot of romance. It was more like just kind of just like, yeah. So I thoroughly did enjoy this book, and I already ordered the second book before I even finished the first book, because I was just like, I had 50 more pages of this book left to go, and I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna order the second book, because I already know whatever's gonna be happening at this ending. If there's a second book, that means we're gonna end off on a cliffhanger, first of all, and then second of all, this book is just so good, and I already know the second one's gonna be amazing, because this series is so popular, and I want to be inside of the jokes. I don't want to be on the side, just like, oh my gosh, what are these jokes that they're making about the book? No, I want to be in the jokes. I want to be laughing at the jokes. I want to be like real to the jokes. I want to relate to the jokes. I want to understand the jokes. I want to like everything about the jokes. I just want to know them. I just want to understand the jokes. Why is on my neck like that? You look in position weird. Guys, I promise, like, I literally just got home. I just got home, and I, you know, and if you're wondering about the empty bookshelf, these books have actually been off my shelf for like the past week, because I keep telling myself I'm about to film this video. I didn't film that video, but it's a video that's coming out after this that you guys are gonna see. Yeah, that's the reason like these look so empty, and there's like a whole bunch of books missing from the shelf, because I quite literally am going to film a video soon. So yeah, but this book overall, I'm just excited to watch the show, because the show was extremely fire from like the first 2 episodes that I watched, and like this book was amazing. It was super duper hyped up. I think this one's overall 4-star read for me, because you know the ending was a little bit predictable, but that is okay, because I liked everything else about it. Okay, I just don't like predictable endings, so like whenever I get a predictable ending, it's always take away a star from me, because I don't want the ending to be predictable. But I knew it from like the second that it was like, you'll get betrayed by a friend. I was like, yeah, it's Luke. it's Luke, because who else would betray him? I just feel like the only thing I'm like kind of like, oh my gosh, wait, what for is like, you're not gonna get, you know, like it's not gonna all succeed at the end, and that's all that matters. I'm just like, what's not gonna succeed at the end? Because he freed his mother, kind of, and now Luke is gone, or going to be gone in like the second book, I believe. And I'm just kind of like, what is going to happen? Like, I'm really extremely curious. So I guess I'm just gonna have to see in the next book. I will be reading that one. I don't know if I'm gonna do a vlog on that one though, because this took up a lot of storage. I don't know if I can do a second book, but it might become my Percy Jackson series, where I read the Percy Jackson series on my channel. So I guess you're just gonna see, guys. Well, I think that's about it. So let's just go ahead and go to the end outro. Well, that's it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much. Comment down below, like, have you read this book before, and like what was your favorite part of the book? Tell me if the second book is any good, because I will be reading that one next, and that's gonna be like another reading vlog, the next reading vlog, I believe. Wait, no, because I will be doing a Shadow Me reading vlog, so I don't know which one's gonna come first. Just depends on which series I want to start or complete, you know, all that good stuff. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, hit notifications so you guys never ever miss a video, and make sure that you guys share this video with Percy Jackson lovers that love Percy Jackson, just want to watch somebody experience the book for the first time, because that's definitely what this was. I've never read Percy Jackson ever in my life. Okay, first of all, never read it before. I never watched the show. I never watched the movies, which, yes, I didn't know there were movies. Didn't do any of those things. Okay, so this was my first time ever experiencing the Percy Jackson world and universe. So yeah, that's quite literally it. And I'll see you in the next video. Video kisses. Video and goodbye.